Hey, good evening, everybody. All of y'all out there in fantasy land and whoever may or may not be watching. Welcome to the Double S Project Fantasy Football League. This is week 9 of the Fantasy Football League that is comprised mostly of the Double S Project crew. I am me, Previn I.W. Taylor, as the banner claims, owner of the team called Uppity Ninjas. With me tonight is Lanice, the Lady Robinson, owner
Woohoo.
of the team One Too Many.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, and how'd you do? Did you add to your One Too Many?
I did. I am 3-6.
Smoking the team, the heating up.
Uh, easy,
Oh,
easy,
easy,
but
easy.
easy,
I'm
easy.
trying. I'm trying here.
Hey, man, it was a wing and a prayer because, again, coaching decision, a lot of points sitting on my bench, but nobody saw that coming. Got to
Now,
be honest. There was
now,
there was no way to see it. No way.
if
I
you
had Nick
can't,
Foles. I had Nick Foles and Alex Smith. I went with Alex Smith because his matchup against the Bills far better than Nick Foles' matchup against the Raiders defense. And who
the
knew?
yeah, what they were like, the Raiders are ranked what 10th in the NFL in defense, and
Yes.
now they're like 42nd in the
Yeah.
NFL in defense.
Yeah. And the Bills are ranked like 28th in defense, and they still might be 28th, but they put on a heck of a game against the Chiefs, even though
Hmm.
the Chiefs won, but it was all defensive touchdowns for the Chiefs, no
Yeah,
offensive touchdowns. So
no offensive touchdowns.
no offensive
Um,
touchdowns. So there you have it. Nick Foles on the bench, 78 full points.
70. You might have broke the record if you had played uh,
Yeah, because
Foles
true
this week.
story. Nick Foles by himself, I believe, outscored Dallas' team this week. I came pretty close because Dollar had about 69 points before Monday night's game, something like that. And I was
Yeah, but
I
he didn't
was
get a whole
nervous.
lot after that.
Well, no, but I was nervous though because he had Aaron Rodgers
Hmm.
starting, but Aaron Rodgers got hurt the first second play of the
Series,
game.
first at the end of the first series, I think it was only 4 or 6 plays in or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but had he not, I feel good about Dollar probably would have beat me. But since Aaron Rodgers went down, I never excited about an injury, but I dodged a bullet.
Yeah, you weren't
Dodged a
excited.
bullet.
You were just grateful.
Grateful. I'm gonna take my wins any way I can get them, damn partner.
That's right.
So a wing and a prayer, we'll take it.
Yeah. And Nick, I take it you're finally going to start Nick Foles next week, no matter
Yeah,
who
yeah.
they
Nick
got.
Foles is in the lineup. He's in the lineup, and
Okay.
I'm just hoping he didn't do me like he did last time. Because last time I didn't start him, and then I started him, and he had that awful game against Dallas. So I didn't start him this
Hmm.
week, and then I started him, and so we're hoping this week I know he's not going to throw 7 touchdowns and 400 yards. I'm not even looking for that. But if he can
Yeah.
give me 2 touchdowns, I'm gonna be
Anything,
excited.
anything but, yeah, anything but 7 interceptions
Right,
for
right. Because
touchdowns.
that's a
Yeah.
win. That's a win.
Yeah.
We'll take that.
Yeah.
I'm looking to be in the positive on the QB performance charts this week. And funny though, I actually had Nick Foles in on Sunday morning and went to
And
brunch. And sitting around, and I was making my moves on some
homecoming
other stuff.
brunch, the
Homecoming
homecoming
brunch,
brunch got you.
and there's several folks sitting around, and who you got? And I was like, oh, Alex Smith, Nick Foles. No, you need to start Alex Smith. Way better. They're going on, and I was like, no, but I feel good about Nick Foles. I like him. I don't think he'll be terrible. No, so they talked me out of it.
They taught you how to see what
Lesson
you're.
learned: do not be persuaded by the riffraff after Jiho. Okay, lesson learned.
A
Jiho
lot of
riffraff.
hangovers. A lot of hangovers at the brunch table for
Yeah, Jiho
homecoming.
riffraff. Nothing good comes of that. Nothing.
I didn't make homecoming this year, so on Sunday morning my mind was clear and free of obstruction.
Good,
And
good.
on the other hand, my roster was free of all starters.
Oh,
So due to the bye weeks, so I didn't have much of a choice of who I played.
oh, you were
Um,
like me the other week.
yeah, so I just had to play the bench, and fortunately, my opponent's guys didn't show up. That's
So
all
you
I can
got your fifth
say.
win?
I am 5 in a row.
Go, Fab!
Five
Awesome.
in a row. The record, we're over 500, 5-4 record, fourth out of fifth place in the division, and uh, just in time to play Pete again. No.
Look,
The
man.
injuries are killing everybody right now. It's
Yeah, because
ridiculous.
especially at the tight end position, because there are no tight ends. It's like you
No.
go to the waiver wire, and the tight ends out there are not well. They're not. I mean, you might as well leave the injured guy in because you're still only going to get 0 points.
Yeah, and
It's bad.
yeah, it's kind of scary actually. This week I had to go to the waiver wire just for a kicker, and there was still some stuff there. But I mean, I'm looking at the other positions of who gets to get picked up, and we're in a 10-team league here,
Yeah.
and I'm still seeing it from one position to the next. I'm seeing either drought or just the weirdest thing. Like I was just against getting set up for the show, and I
Mhm.
went over to our website and saw the late waiver transactions on Saturday and Sunday morning. Somebody picked up Larry Fitzgerald Sunday morning.
Really?
Yeah, and of course the thing was, I didn't know anybody would have dropped Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah. Who dropped him?
I'll have to go back and look because I didn't have time to check it out. Week 8 results. And like we were talking earlier, there was some brutality involved. You had it was Beauty and the Beast. I guess that was the theme for this week. Like what jumps out at me is the almost 200 points that Hot Tamales scored.
That's ridiculous.
That's the Beauty. Um, and the bad part was, I think that was like the best game the Dream Team has had, even though they only got only 98 points. I think
God
that's like the
bless
guys
him.
lost 5 losses in a row, and I think that's the best game he's played of all of them. And he gets a team that scores
198.
198 points. I mean, that's the sort of thing that kind of makes you think about quitting fantasy football. And
It's the
and
stuff
I
that'll
and I
make you say you hate it.
you hate.
It'll
Have you
make you
ever
say
gotten
it.
to that point where you feel like you hated it?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been
Oh,
there several times this season already. Just depending on what league I'm looking in, it's a hot mess out there, man.
yeah,
Like I can't figure out if I'm trying to be the Denver Broncos or the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, it's a mess.
yeah. And I'm looking at Jason Graves' Hot Tamale.
Mhm.
He had the breakdown for him is Drew Brees 37 points, Matt Forte 25 points, Pierre Garcon of all people 20 points,
Right.
Andre Johnson back from the dead
Hey,
54 points.
yeah, that was ridiculous. Like that dude, he had a Calvin Johnson kind of day, 229 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Had a minor upset here. Pimp City Hustlers came from behind to beat the Crossfaders 119 to 106. Pete wasn't up by much going into that one.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm trying to check where the difference maker was on that because I remember I think Dave had somebody going. Oh, there it is, Brandon Marshall.
Okay, he
That's who
had
did it
somebody
for him.
Monday.
Yeah, he had Brandon. And we had a big game for him, and he made up most of the
Made up those
difference there.
points.
Yeah, the guy on by and still. That's a shame.
Wow. Wait, he had two guys on by because
Oh
Victor
my
Cruz
God.
was on by.
Oh
He didn't
man,
start.
that's
He didn't start a
Victor.
quarterback.
He didn't even put it. Well, you know what? You know where he was. He was laid out on the plot.
Yeah, I know exactly where he was. I saw him. But
They still there's still an imprint on the ground from where he passed out.
oh my God. And you know what? And had he started Jason Campbell and T.Y. Hilton, Are any of his receivers on his
or any
bench?
of his bench outscored his
Or if he would have
starters.
put in Chris Johnson at running back, he would have crushed Pete.
Yeah, his bench outscored his starters. He didn't even put in a lineup and still won that one.
Yeah,
And what
Pete
was
ought to be
Pete?
pretty disgusted.
Yeah, and it's, especially considering his fortunes in the NLIEFF league.
Yeah,
Rough day. It was kind of a pivotal game for the Foxglove boys in Naptown Domer. Naptown was trying to stay right there in the race for the division, and
yeah.
especially with the Crossfaders losing and Pimp. He was going to come out on top with no matter who won that game, but he got the big win, 104 to 49. Uh, just bad things for the Foxglove boys this week. I'm not even going to see what. I don't even want to know what his lineup looked like. I'm just not going to, you know.
Not gonna get
Um,
involved.
Back to the warehouse.
Yeah,
Uh, and we got your game, you know,
yeah.
104 to 67 over the Dallas Bills, the slumping
Did
Bills who
I
four
have enough?
weeks
Well, where did those other points come from? Because I thought I was done when Monday night started, but apparently I had somebody in on Monday night that I
weeks
was
ago,
unaware of.
The Bills were 4-1
Yes.
4 weeks ago, right there, either at the top of that division or in second place, and it has all gone wrong for Dallas Bills.
Since then.
Injuries, just guys falling off. It's almost sad, but I consider it karma because he rudely turned down a pretty generous trade offer that I
Oh,
sent him,
was it
and
rude?
it was rude, man. Because first of all, he declined it without comment, and,
Oh,
and personally, I don't like that. I mean,
give me your reason.
well, basically, if you thought I sent you a clown trade, get me a message or something saying that's a clown trade. This is what you're supposed to do. Now, that's not really what happened. What I did was, when I offer a trade,
Hmm.
um, I throw in some numbers. I say, look, I'm looking at your lineup. You've got this dude on by here. You got that guy there. And this week, you're going to wind up with only, however many players. And this guy's going to play. He's doing this for me right now. This guy isn't doing that. But, all I'm doing is replacing somebody on your roster. I didn't ask for his best player or anything. I did ask for Randall Cobb, who at the time was like his fourth best player.
Right,
I'm leaving Welker alone. I can't even remember. I threw like four guys at him.
right,
Decker was one,
right.
and at the time, Steven Jackson wasn't hurt. And I was gonna go ahead and say, well, let's up it and throw in Jackson too. I was gonna basically sell the house for Randall Cobb and I think a defense or something like that. And he,
Okay.
he just dissed the trade. I mean, like no comment. And then we went on the Double S show and he clowned my offer. And of course, this last score of the week, the 5 games in a row winning streak, Uppity Ninjas, giving you the Titus Young face to Black Caesar. Hasn't gone well for him either. 6 in a row he's lost. Um,
Yeah, and I was with him Sunday morning. He set his lineup.
yeah, I saw
We
he
were
set
at
his
the
lineup.
sun. We were at the Sunday brunch, and as we were all on our phones setting lineups, I said, "Do not forget double S." He's like, "I'm doing that one right now." I'm gonna do that first because it's the only one he has on NFL.
Hmm.
All his other leagues are on Yahoo. He said, "I'm doing that one right now. I'm doing it first, so I don't forget." So he set his lineup. His team is
Oh,
just terrible.
yeah, I saw him set his lineup. I was actually at church and I was checking the app and I saw his line.
Imagine checked from church. That's so sad. We have a problem.
I was at church and I checked the app and I saw his lineup adjusting. So I knew he was taking me seriously. I knew he was feeling predatory. He saw that my roster was depleted. He was coming for me. and it just didn't happen. So here we go. Yeah. All right, looking at the standings, we got the two divisions here: the Division One, and Division Two, or the new and the hotness divisions. Take your pick. Leading up on Division One, Hot Tamales, 7-2, scoring a jillion points. The Bills have lost 4 games in a row, and yet they're still right there, second place in the division. They can still salvage this thing, if he can make some waiver moves, maybe accept a trade. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to trade for though, or who to trade with, because everybody's hurt.
Yeah. A little late now for that.
Yeah, maybe so. But if there was any way he could maybe pull off another 3 wins or something like that, I mean, he could maybe still be there in the last 4. I don't know, but the important thing
I'm
is,
coming for the number 2 spot. Coming for it.
well, you went from what, last to third in 1 weekend?
Right. So I'm coming for that. I'm coming for the number 2 spot. I'm not gonna say I'm coming for the number 1 spot because I'll never make it. But I'm coming for the number 2 spot to get into the playoffs. I am. I'm coming for it.
I mean, there it is right there. One too many went from the 5th spot to the 3rd spot in 1 weekend, as the Dream Team and Black Caesar continue to struggle. Down in the hotness, new to Division 2 or whatever it is, the Crossfaders got hurt, but they're still there at number 1. They had a 2-game lead in the division. It's down to a 1-game lead over Pimp City. Naptown Domer holding on at 6-3. They're in number 3rd spot. The Uppity Ninjas moving up from 5th to 4th, finally out of the basement of the league. You win 5 games in a row and you're still in 4th place.
You're in the wrong division. We told you that last week.
Yeah, but last week we're in the wrong division. We need realignment. The Foxglove Boys, 4-5. It's actually a pretty, aside from the Crossfaders, it's still kind of a tight race down there. It's positions 2 through 5. So it's just the sort of thing that if you finish up 3rd in that division, you're guaranteed absolutely nothing but maybe, a longer off season. So a quick look at next week's schedule. I was not entirely correct. We do have some division games that are going to shape the playoff picture, but we still have some interdivisional games, like your game against the Foxglove Boys, 3-6 versus 4-5. The 2 teams obviously desperately in need of a win here.
Yep, I'm trying to get on a streak.
Well, trying to get on a streak, and so is Dion. So
yeah. Well, I've been on the losing streak, so I don't want to do that anymore.
Okay.
I'm trying to get on the win streak. I need 2 wins in a row. I haven't had that this year.
Well, Dion's record, while it's very similar to mine, his team has been the epitome of inconsistency. They'll win 1, lose 1. Win 2, lose 1. Lose 2, win 1. I mean, it's a bunch of. Yeah, I mean, he's doing the cha-cha here. So I mean, it's. I know it's got to be a little bit frustrating for him, but like I said, because you look at his roster and you're still wondering how is he doing 4-5, but he's got weeks where he scores 48 points, just like he did last week. So. On the other hand, next week he could score 148 points. I mean, I know that's not what you want to see, but
it's not.
Yeah,
let me be clear.
Yes.
I don't want any.
The Dream Team takes on Black Caesar, 1-8 and 2-7.
Somebody's got to win.
A streak. Yes, we got a team with a 5-game losing streak and a team with a 6-game losing streak. Somebody's going to get into the win column here. My game, which of course is nothing but the most important game of the week in this league. I don't care what anybody else says. Uppity Ninjas versus the Crossfaders. Uh-oh. What day is it? It's the day I play Pete. Yes, right. It's what we call Pete week, and I don't think he's saying it's Prev week. I don't think he's over there doing that. But
probably not. But
yeah, but if he was here,
I like it.
Yeah, Pete week. If he was here, I'm gonna tell you what though, he would be saying, "Man, I have to win this game because I need to maintain my 2 game lead or 3 game lead or whatever it
Right.
is. Y'all just don't understand. It's critical, it's crucial. He's gonna play it up. So if there was any sort of way he could intensify this, he would.
That's
um,
true.
yeah. Uh,
That's our
hot
Pete. We
tamale.
love him.
That's up. He's why we're here, right?
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
Hot tamales takes on Dallas Bills, and I think what this is like the second week in a row he's got the matchup that he just doesn't want to be in. This is not the game for him to
Right.
be playing this guy this week while he's reeling. I was just saying, all he has to do is get a couple more games, and maybe he's back in the picture. And if Vegas odds was running this one, they would say he's not going to be back in the picture. Um, Pimp City Hustlers and Naptown Domers, two 6-3 teams.
Should be a good
A
matchup.
division game too, I believe. Yeah, divisional game. This is actually real crucial because this could very well be kind of an eliminator for other scragglers and stragglers like myself. Um, these two guys kind of positioned themselves for second place in the division and maybe hoping that Pete drops one. So
So you're gonna gear up to help him out, huh?
I am, it's in my best interest, the best interest of the team, for me to beat the crossfaders. But we move towards signing off here. What are you looking at waiver wire? You doing any moves? You filling any holes? You trying to
Um,
gain an upper leg on anyone?
I went out for a defense, but it hasn't come through yet. The move it won't post until tomorrow, so I don't know if I got it or not. I
Yeah.
went for a defensive move because the two defenses I have are not they're not stellar, and their matchups this week are
They're not
fair to
stellar. They're
middling.
equally unstellar.
Yes, equally unstellar. I'd been getting lucky, but I didn't feel like I was going to get lucky this week, so I'm going with a waiver move. Hopefully, I'll get through, and then that will that will work for me. Other than that, I don't think I made any other waiver moves in this league. Just trying to do something at defense because I kind of like my wide receivers and my running backs. They're not too shoddy now since they're all playing.
Yeah, and in week 2, you called them epic fail.
Yeah, they're not too bad. Well, we got rid of one. We got rid of one. Got the rookie Giovanni Bernard who is delivering for me,
Mm.
and I think I was forced to play CJ Spiller this week, and he actually had a good game.
Yeah, he did a little something this week.
Yeah, hey, he didn't score a touchdown, but he got 118 yards. I can't ever be mad at that.
Yeah, I think even still, despite the tough matchup, Fred Jackson still did a little damage in that game as well. And which is
Yeah,
funny because I've had him on my roster for pretty much like 6 weeks now and haven't played him yet. And right when I was going to insert him into the lineup, I think it was like Friday morning, I actually had him penciled in. And I'm sitting there going through the waiver wire, and I'm like, are my eyes deceiving me, or did somebody leave Danny Woodhead there?
oh wow.
Yeah, so I put in for Woodhead and got him, and he went right in my lineup and did some damage
Had a
for
heck
me.
of a game.
Yeah, and almost
Yeah.
could argue he should have had another touchdown, but yeah, I mean, this is what the
Beggars
stuff.
can't be choosy.
I know I wasn't mad, especially when I realized that my opponent, his guys, just weren't going to get it done. It was just this is what you see in a 10-team league. These
Yeah.
inexplicable names sitting there on the waiver wire, and you're like, is it me or is that? Oh my goodness, that's like that's Drew Brees right there on the waivers,
Yeah, yeah. It's completely foreign, and yours
and
is going. What?
And I'm
Nobody
like,
picked him up? And
nobody picked up
okay.
Drew Brees. He's sitting there in the waivers. I guess I better move on him. Is he hurt us? Yeah, that's what I did. I texted a friend of mine. I was like, is Danny Woodhead hurt? He was like, not to my knowledge. I was like,
Yeah.
submit. But,
Like it. Submit, 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 submit. Please
yeah,
take.
please take. And I'm like, what, eighth on the priority list at the time. And I'm like, somebody else has got to be going for Woodhead. And there he was. So that, yeah, it's crazy. I think that's pretty much all we're going to have for tonight.
All right.
Yeah, like I said, it's getting kind of intense out there. The playoff picture's forming up. I saw the website projection. There's only 4 of us getting into the playoffs in this league because you can't do the NBA and have 6 teams out of a 10-team league make it to the playoffs.
Yeah. Everybody
Um,
can't go.
yeah, we can't all go. But, it's nice to actually be able to look on the website and see the picture forming up. I'm not going to go into that tonight because next week is definitely going to be something more representative of a true playoff picture.
Right.
It might even be kind of intriguing. So that's all I got for tonight.
All right.
All right, everybody out there, check your lineups. There's still some buys out there to bite you in the butt, so be careful. Start Nick Foles if you got him.
That's our sound advice. Start Nick Foles
That's sound
and the rest of the
advice.
Eagles offense, and
And if
see
he
what
goes
comes
out
out
there,
in the wash.
that's right. And if he only scores 4 points for you, you got to start him the week after that.
Right, because then that next week, banana curse off the
Yes,
charts.
absolutely.
And then we will have figured out his pattern every other week starting.
Every other week. All right, y'all.
All right, have a good night.
All right.